What's up, Archons? I'm Flightless Pheasant, and today we've got another update on the Prophetic Visions Gamefound. This one is home base retailer related. I've not read through this yet, so we're going to read through it together and see if maybe they clarify the implication earlier that we might be able to choose more than one home base, which would be really nice, because I know a lot of people really wanted that. All right. So here we go. Next stop, home base. Learn how hobby game retailers can become a Keyforge home base. Then, as a backer, pledge your support to your favorite home bases for them to receive special Keyforge bonuses. Plurals again. Things are looking spicy. All right. With the crowdfunding campaign for Prophetic Visions fully underway, let's chat about the return of the Keyforge home base program that allows backers to support their local hobby game stores. We'll start with a recap of the program. How retailers participate. We are once again offering local game stores, or LGS for short, the opportunity to get their hands on Keyforge Prophetic Vision decks early, as well as other Keyforge materials by participating in a retailer pledge. Retailers may learn more about the Prophetic Visions retail pledge options here. Talk to your LGS, get them involved. I'm working on mine. I'm going to be talking to them tomorrow in more detail. The Keyforge home base. After an LGS commits to a retailer pledge for this campaign, the retailer automatically becomes a home base. This is one of our ways of thanking retailers for taking part in the campaign, as well as being a destination for Keyforge players to gather and play. As part of the Keyforge home base program, retailers receive access to exclusive items, wholesaler deals, and listing in our home base page on the Keyforging website, as well as other future perks and considerations. Absolutely. I think the home base program is a great way to make retailers more engaged and to give them more options all over it. Are all home base retailers the same? Ghost Galaxy appreciates all retailers that support Keyforge and its players. Nonetheless, we want to give a special reward to those who have developed larger Keyforge player communities. We divide our home bases into 4 tiers of increasing significance: Century, Outpost, Castle, and Fortress. All home-based stores begin at the Century tier. I like that art. That's a nice art. Okay. Keyforge home base bonus. A home base retailer can attain a higher home base tier by receiving support from the backers of this campaign. Any home base at the Outpost tier and higher will receive a special Keyforge home base bonus at no cost to the retailer, except for shipping, alongside their campaign pledge shipment. The size of the Keyforge home base bonus grows with each higher tier. The Fortress tier receives the largest. Okay, so yeah, the more people who back or the more people who choose that as their home base, the bigger the rewards. We knew this already, but this is still good to review. How do I give my support to a home base retailer? As mentioned earlier, the way your retailer attains a higher tier is by being supported by you, the backers of this campaign. For a retailer to be eligible for backer support, it must do both of the following: have a Ghost Galaxy wholesale account, and finalize a retailer pledge for Prophetic Visions. Those are the 2 things. Yeah, that's all they really have to do, but you do have to communicate that to them so that they can get it done. To support a home-based retailer, you must back the Prophetic Visions campaign. At any level. You can even do it at the minimum level, $60, and that's still enough. Then, during the campaign pledge manager period, each backer will be offered the option to support 1 or more eligible home-based retailers. Okay, 1 or more. I assume there's some kind of restriction there, but we'll see what it is. How is my support counted? The size of your total campaign pledge will represent the amount of support given to your designated home-based retailer. If you want to support multiple stores, your support will be evenly divided among them. The size of your total campaign pledge will represent the amount of support given to your home-based retailer. Okay. Interesting. So it rewards you for pledging higher, and you give more support for doing so. Mixed feelings. Mixed feelings, but not fully negative feelings. I don't know. I don't love the idea. I guess it's a good way to try to motivate us to pledge at higher tiers, but if that money ends up getting taken away from the home base retailer that we're trying to support so that we can get them more product that we then can't buy, I don't know, GG. I might not fully be on board with this one. Let's keep going. Isn't this different from the home-based vote that was done for Keyforge Amber Skies campaign? Yes, the home-based program in Keyforge Amber Skies campaign was very successful with nearly 100 retailers participating. However, we received a great deal of feedback from players, especially international players, who had made group purchases and wished for more votes, as well as players who wanted to vote for multiple stores in their area. This new approach allows backers to support several of their favorite retailers in a way that is commensurate with the amount pledged. I mean, I suppose that might have come up. I suppose there might have been people who, like, pooled their resources and pledged as one, and then could not vote as a block. Yeah, I don't know. I've got real mixed feelings about this approach. Man, I don't know. As limited, so splitting, I get, right? I understand that you split your support, because if I could give equal support to all home-based retailers, I would just pick all of them, right? And then everybody would get more free product, but it wouldn't really be representative of the player base that plays at that store. And in this way, you're still really only going to support retailers that you can get to, but you might support more than one. Like here in Michigan, we have like 4 or 5 different stores, and I might split my votes between them a little bit so that they all get a little more support. And I might even trade votes with like other people in the Michigan area and get them to support my store in exchange for me supporting theirs, so that both stores get some amount of support, right? And so that my store ends up with more support than it would have had otherwise, ideally. But I don't know. It's a thought. My worry is the same worry everyone has when it comes to these Gamefound campaigns and this crowdfunding is this taking money out of the pocket of the LGS that I'm trying to support in the first place? Maybe not. I don't know. Let's show support for our local game stores and help them continue to grow Keyforge. So I think my advice is going to be the same as it has always been. If you have to choose, if you must choose between pledging to the Gamefound and supporting your local LGS, always support your local LGS. However, the minimum pledge for this campaign is $60, which is not a big ask. It's a very small ask. And yes, the amount of support you can give to your LGS at that pledge tier will be the least amount possible, and now it's more about... So what I don't like about this is what it means that LGSs with a lot of players, but that don't have big pocketbooks, will get less support than an LGS that just has one whale, who's the only person who lives there and buys anything. On the other hand, whales purchase more stuff, so maybe that makes sense. I don't know. I'm real strongly on the fence about this one. Y'all tell me what you think. Please, put your thoughts down in the comments. Let's talk this one out, because I'm not sure what to think. I think... I don't know. There's pluses and minuses to every approach. I'm not sure this one nets a positive. I don't know. Man, I really don't know what to think on this one. Because you get to back multiple retailers now, but it's based on how much you pledge to the campaign. Like, my plan going into this campaign was to try to encourage 4 or 5 of my local friends to pledge at the minimum amount, that $60 minimum investment, maybe $88 to try to get them some extra decks instead of the starter kits, and then have them choose my local retailer as a home base, and in so doing, I could get a player base of maybe 6 to 8 people, which would be a pretty decent number, and I was hopeful that would be enough to get us out of the outpost phase. But now it actually seems like that might not be a good plan, because they just wouldn't really be able to give that much support because they're investing at a really low dollar amount. I feel like there has to be a middle ground here, right? There has to be a way to balance player count versus whale distribution so that places with lots of players but smaller pocketbooks still get support, and places with one whale don't get flooded with more support than they reasonably need, right? Like, there has to be a balance here, and I'm not sure this strikes that balance, right? Because I understand the last one around might have underrepresented whales, right? And they're big spenders in the community, and that's fair. If they feel underrepresented, you want to do something about it. I get that. But at the same time, now I'm really worried that this is going to underrepresent actual play groups of reasonable size who are just not financially able to invest on that same level, but still cumulatively play quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me your thoughts down in the comments. I'm really torn on this one. I want to support it. I really do, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. Well, yeah. That's all I have for now, so until next time, later, Archons.